clutch as he arrived earlier today. A shot before the game. The crowd is assembled here in Indianapolis looking for a Pacers victory. And we've got it right here for you on 2K Sports. Today's game marks the continuation of the Lakers' road schedule. They're entering a bit of a soft spot in the schedule, facing off, Clark, against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league. And we'll see if they're able to take advantage and pad their win total.
Well, one of the things about losing, Kevin, everything goes south on you, man. Your teammates aren't as funny. Jokes that you hear don't make you laugh. Your food doesn't taste as good as it usually does. I mean, losing just puts a cloud over everything. They're hopeful that the sun will shine after this next game.
Here's Clutch, averaging 6 points per contest. Shoots from 12, and that one's good. Here is Collison, 9-point game. And for the Pacers, a 32-50 record overall last season, number 10 in the Eastern Conference.
Not what they expected, Kevin, but at home, the Pacers did end up 23-18.
Moments ago, our Doris Burke caught up with Phil Jackson. Doris?
Yeah, Kevin, he had high praise for the defense they're facing, calling them about as smart in that department as any team they'll see all year long. So he's planning to throw a few new wrinkles into their offensive scheme and use that unpredictability to their advantage. Let's see what they have in mind for all of us.
Thanks, Doris. Clark, so much for advanced scouting.
Sometimes that's a false prophecy, though, and you have to adjust to what the other team is coming out and running.
And Clark, home court advantage really can be a huge boost to a team, can't it?
And you find it being the case more with younger teams, Kevin, because it really does give a team like that a burst of energy, but for any team, it helps.
You know, Clark, they say that Kobe observed a lot when he was in the Olympic Village when he played with Team USA.
Well, you can only imagine, Kevin. I mean, a guy like him looking at all of those other Olympic athletes, he saw the same level of dedication to their craft that he's always had. So I think that had to be affirming and inspiring for him.
The attention to detail.
Yeah.
The shot by Odom, no good.
An outstanding pick there, and he still couldn't get the basket. Next time he gets a look that good, he's got to make it count.
Tipped.
They haven't adjusted to the defensive intensity they're facing, and it's resulted in...
And slammed down hard. Another look on the Sprite Slam Cam.
This is how they've built an early lead, a relentless and punishing inside game.
Here's Collison. Not too proud of his numbers in that game against the Bulls, that's for sure. Now Jones. Granger outside. Posey sets a pick. Ford with the ball. Will it go? And there's Darren Collison on the assist by Ford. Collison's got his first 2 points. And here is Maxey with authority.
They've been unstoppable. What a strong start.
Here is Collison, right now averaging 15 points a game. Can't get it to go. And the Lakers go with it the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
The biggest problem was the turnovers. That's what it came down to. It was too much for them to overcome with sheer point. They gave up the ball and the lead, and a chance at winning went right along with it because of the turnovers.
Here's Ford. Nails it from the wing. Here's Clutch. 41 seconds left in the first. And Artest backs down. The baseline J, and that's good for 2. Artest's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, they've really built the lead on their inside game and their ability to convert second chance opportunities, Kevin.
Here's Collison, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Tough interior defense means not allowing easy baskets. Good foul.
At the line for the Pacers.
That free throw missing. And some changes here for the Pacers. Roy Hibbert's.
Pinch.
Here is Collison. 7 points in the game. Here's Ford. The alley-oop. Pacers give up possession. One thing you like about the Lakers, this is a team that not only Clark is a solid team at home, but they are just as terrific on the road.
Well, 23 road wins is a good mark, Kevin, but they won 29 the year before, so they did go a step back. But nonetheless, when you've got the kind of championship pedigree that this team has, you're not so much worried about what your numbers say as much as you are about how healthy you are and what level are we playing at when it's time to go in the postseason.
We've got Danny Granger. Collison is out there with Ford. Then it's Roy Hibbert and McRoberts. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
For the Lakers, Clark, on the road, I'd say it was a relative step back, and I'm agreeing with you on that point. You've got to guard home court.
Yep.
And then I guess you just say, just give me a winning record on the road.
Oh, yeah, exactly, because you look across the league, typically you're only going to have, 6, 7 teams, maybe 8 that have significant road winning records. So clearly anytime you're above 500 on the road and you do a good job at home, then you feel like you've got a chance to make a run in the playoffs.
And the elite teams, the old Chicago Bulls with MJ, Kobe's, and Shaq's Lakers. I mean, we've had some anomalies over the years.
Yeah.
But a winning record on the road is, I think, a victory unto its own, even if it's a game over 500 away from home.
Exactly. I agree wholeheartedly. And again, another point just to piggyback on what you said with the elite team, they always know that if they're healthy, they can get it done on the road in the playoffs.
And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Guys, there were a lot of questions about whether last season would be Phil Jackson's final one, whether he'd retire. After they won the title and he set a record for most coaching championships, he said he was leaning towards retiring. He decided to return, though, saying, "Count me in." After a couple of weeks of deliberation, it's time to get back to the challenge of putting together a team that can defend its title. It'll be the last stand for me, and I hope it's a grand one. Guys, good to have him back.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris. Hibbert hits the bucket.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
Lakers leading by 7.
Collison didn't make much noise until January of last season, but boy, did he make up for it.
Odom on the wing. Over McRoberts. Shot by Odom, no good. And Indiana has possession. They trail by 7. Here's Ford. It's blocked. You look at Collison's numbers, like you were saying, 21 and 8.
Oh! Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
Here's Collison. He's got 7. Blocked. So it's the Lakers now. They've led by as many as 14 points. This is the second time they've matched up against Indiana.
You know, Kevin, I think it sort of came down to the fact they did not have to deal with a lot of pressure from the defense they were facing. Had they been up against a good defense, it could have easily been a different story. Those leaning jumpers can be very difficult to make. He kept his concentration, though, and buried it.
On the wing, Granger, covered by Barnes. Tosses it up. Granger, good. Granger's got his second bucket of the night.
Just put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen. Overall, I haven't seen the same type of success that they initially had from beyond the arc. I think it may be because they're rushing a little bit. They're still getting good looks, but now they've got to make sure their feet are set and they're shooting it with confidence.
That'll do it for the first half.
Gasol doing all sorts of things. 9 points and 4 blocks. What an opening half that was for him.
Lakers on top, up by 9.
A lot of points on the board between these two.